Good day, good day, everybody. Brian here, January 12th. Been a couple of days since I've put out a video. I'll bring you all up to date where we're at. So it's January 12th, 3:41 Eastern Standard Time, my time. So let me first introduce you to a few things. Yabba dabba doo. There we go. All right. So now over the last few days, basically quant-labs.net. Here I put up this article back to the 24/7 Python algo trading software bot. So I just started development on it last night. I'm going to show you the first early signs of it. Now here's the problem. I like Binance a lot, or sorry, Kraken a lot. They have the best customer support that I've come across. And I just posted this on my chat server, quantlabs.info. A lot of my crypto talk will go there as well, private stuff. So join that if you're interested in keeping up to date on that. Anyways, what I've noticed is that Kraken's volume's dropping, and there's a lot of whipsaws in the price action. So you can lose money on what you think you should profit from. So it's more challenging. I mean, they're still probably the best broker for customer service, but in terms of volume, it is dropping. So sometime last week, I transferred all my cash over to Binance. So we're back on Binance. Now, a few things I want to highlight here. It's really important. There's a couple of complaints about, let's say, any trading platform. I think will experience this if you're trying to do Binance. Maybe certain trading platforms can handle it better. Other platforms may not. But I wanted to highlight that this is important news regarding at least MotoWave. And one thing that needs to be understood about MotoWave, this is not the problem of MotoWave. I have the same problems with Python connection into Binance, the API. So basically, here's an article put out or post put out in the forum at MotoWave. Don't rely on MotoWave if you're to trade on Binance. That's sort of true, but again, it's not MotoWave's fault. I've done crypto trading with no problem, with no major issue on Kraken. Okay, so cryptocurrency does work on a MotoWave, namely Kraken. I can't say anything about Coinbase Pro. But this person's complaining about it, and I don't blame them because they're not a developer. They might not know the weird things that Binance throws out as exceptions. So the platform, like MotoWave, doesn't handle it properly. So this is the response I put out. So I can confirm this in 2022. I don't have these same problems on Kraken, so consider it as an option, which is true. I think the problem lies in the Binance API being unreliable as opposed to MotoWave. So it's not MotoWave is the trading platform is not the problem. I think MotoWave exception handling cannot keep up with the issues of the Binance API, which is where the problem lies. If you had to trade with Binance, I find that Python is more reliable, but there's still exceptions in there as well. So that's exactly what I'm saying, is that there's Python exceptions in Python, but Python, because you're coding it yourself, you can handle the exceptions any way which you want. I'm not very graceful about it. I just move on. It's like I don't make it a full-time job to figure out why this is happening with Binance. Anyways, I just move on. That's it. So anyways, that is the situation and the rationale on why we're doing this, because it's an unreliable way to trade. So I can't say anything about Binance.us, but this is Binance.com internationally, overseas, so understand that. So as a result, I started hacking away at the bot. Now the bot is done in Python, and it's all done in Python on the terminal. 2 scripts that run it with schedulers. So here's the database. Again, I'm using the Redis. I've always liked Redis. Never had a problem with Redis. I mean, I'm going to be really outdated on it. With Redis, but a lot of people will ask, how do I learn all this? I'm going to always point you to this course. I've got a course on showing you how to build out the bots. So if you go visit my quantlabs.shop, right here, this course with the Python 3 logo. This one right here, it's on sale, really cheap actually. I usually charge $500 for it. Right now it's 100. I don't know. I'm just experimenting with that, but it's all the descriptions here. So all of what I'm about to show you, you can learn from this course because it's based off where I'm at right now with this bot is based off this course. Okay. So again, that's quantlabs.shop. All right. So knowing that, I use this client into Redis, which is RDM, Redis Desktop Manager in Linux. Now, does it matter what platform you use your bots on? Not really. I prefer to do everything on Python on Linux because I mean Python is originally developed for Linux. I mean Mac OS is fine as well because it's kind of Linux-like operating system. Windows is the coding in itself with Windows is totally different with the quotes and the file structure and all that. So keep that in mind. But here's the overall look of how this works. Now this bot. I've had like 5-10 different bots that I work with. This is probably the one that has been most successful. It's built off of using RSI, and it's using also TAlib as well, which that course covers. So it's using TAlib, candlestick, a lot of different indicators, rate of change, a bunch of stuff, but that changes all the time depending upon market conditions. So just understand that as well. But these are the highlights I'm going to show you here. So these are the watch list that I have. So I have a bunch of processes to weed out volatile coins that are not producing. These are the top performing coins. The only way to win in crypto is by screening. Okay, that's the only way. I mean, I'm watching these fools, these gurus, supposedly predicting long term where certain coins are going to go. That is not possible. Okay, if you look at the last crash where Bitcoin dropped, and then people say, "Oh, it's flatlining. Buy the dip, buy the dip," and then next few days it drops again, and the same process happens. So each time that they say buy the dip, you're going to lose more money, probably 2-3 times over. So being able to predict long term which way a coin or crypto is going to go is next to impossible. There was a better technique I've come up with, and I'm probably not the only one, is to focus on the screeners and trend follow. That's what I do, and that works. So these are the ones that are working right now, and I'll show you those in more detail. Here's the weighted average. This is another factor I come up with. So it's right now slightly negative. It gets updated I think it's every hour. I'm not sure yet, but I'm tweaking this bot. It takes about a week to stabilize and fully debug whatever iteration of a bot I've got with my own framework I've developed. And again, this course will help you develop that framework, because when you develop a framework long term, you can cover all aspects. So this covers the infrastructure of what goes into a bot, be it a database, charting, technical analysis, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So we got that in mind. So coming back to this, I have a weighted moving average, which is usually the overall top 13 coins by volume or by market cap. So I just updated it like in the last week. So here they are. And it's currently getting updated right now. But right now it's more reflective on this. But the market consistently changes, where Bitcoin's usually independent of the rest of the world, stock market or Forex. But now it's all co-integrated now with stock performance and dollar performance and so on, which makes it even harder to make money in crypto because of that. And that's due to institutional money is more and more invested in the crypto as a whole. So that makes Bitcoin less dependent or independent from the direction of the stock market, less independent, more co-integrated with what the Fed does and the US dollar and so on. So it's going to make it harder. But the more important thing is to have a really solid, reliable metric that you can use to quantify the overall market, crypto market conditions of the whole market of those top 13 coins. And usually it used to be in those top 13 coins, you'd have like 1 or 2, maybe 3 that would be independent of the overall market. But everything seems to be tied together, sometimes and sometimes not. So knowing that, we've got the weighted moving average. using those 13, 14 coins. It's arbitrary to whatever you want. And then we have a watch list. Now this is the important one right here. Okay, so these are the current ones. So this is where MotiveWave can be very useful. And here we go. Here's an exception thanks to MotiveWave. Okay, so this is one of the problems. That's one of the symptoms of it. Let's see which coin it was for. So it's trying to work on Ant. Now there's a couple of reasons. That could be just a generic exception from Binance when you try to put the request for a order in. So one way to know that is when you look at Ant as a chart. You can see it's just marching up. We got my other MotiveWave strategy running, trying to trade and get orders pushed through. Let me just show you what we have to do with each and every coin. And there's over 300 of these things you got to maintain. It's really, really, really aggravating actually, and it's nothing to do with again MotiveWave. But here we have our order preset in MotiveWave. So let me see if I've adjusted it, and yeah, I have. But it's telling me my lot size is a problem, blah blah blah. So it's Binance, the app. Might be the problem. I don't know, and I don't give a flying F about it anymore. I've just given up on it. So I focus back on Python. Anyway, so let me show you these coins here. These 4 coins. So these 4 coins, let's look at one. So you can see here, let me just show you the current state of affairs with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just do a comparison of where we're at. So here's Bitcoin. It's looking pretty good. And then we have Ethereum as well. So everything's moving up, but the ones I'm showing you are outperforming both Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay. So what happens is Ethereum's looking pretty good there too, but usually this database, this process to generate this watch list is generated every hour or so, depending upon how many pull requests I send out to the Binance servers, because there's a limit, and then otherwise if you send too many, you'll get errors. So you have to be cognizant of that. You might have to drop down your frequency of doing this poll to generate this watch list. So you have to figure that out as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of moving parts here. Okay, so we've got 1. So that's really solid. Another one we have is Ant. Not so solid up moves, but it's legging up, which is good. Cosmos has been doing pretty good here as Atom, and BNB. So you can see here that's a steady move up. So there's a couple of factors we need to factor in here. When you take on positions with a bot, depending upon how you design it, you could watch every 15 minutes on this chart, on this price chart in the watch list. But once you open up a position when certain conditions are met for an entry, then you have to watch your open positions probably every minute. So in my case, this is what the bot looks like right now. So there's this one and this one. So they're just terminal sessions running various Python scripts. So going back to the database, I'm not going to go into the real details of how it's done, because as I said, I could be here for weeks, and 2 weeks from now, a month from now, the bot will totally radically change, totally, because it's just adjusting to the market conditions. So anyways, we have our watch list. This is an important one, the remove negative ones. So these are all of the coins that I would consider volatile. So if I was to put on positions with these coins over the last 3-4 hours, so as an example, let's look at Near. Chances are, you can see it's how it's really choppy, and it's not like a solid run up like which one was it? This one. That's a more solid run up. So you kind of have to ask yourself, you want to really take the risk on putting on positions with a coin is moving up trend wise, but it's still fairly choppy, which means this is the difficult part, is when to exit and when to not exit based upon signals on a minute by minute basis. Because entry is fairly easy. It's the exit's the challenge. So what I do is I look for volatile coins, and then what I'll do on this remove negative crypto, what it does, it will temporarily ban these coins because they're not solid trending up. They're fairly choppy. So in order to filter those out, so in open positions, those are the only coins that will be considered. So out of this list, when you compare it to the watch list, you got, so we just added near. So one, let me just see here. So what you do is you cross-reference all of these coins to see which ones look pretty good. So one is not on this list. What other ones? I think all of the other ones look like they're on that list, on the negative crypto list. Yeah, so one's not on it. So if I look at one, let's see here. Okay, one. Remember, these are all 15-minute time frames. So you can see it's a little more solid. It's really steep. So because of that, it's just waiting for the right moment to enter into the market on a minute-by-minute basis. And that's what one of the scripts does. It looks for the entry, and then at the same time, there's another scheduled task in that script that will run every minute on the open positions. The other one's running every couple hours or every hour or so, trying to add coins to the watch list. And that's generally how it works from my perspective. Now, these tables here in overall in the Redis. Now, I've run these bots, different versions of them, on smaller, less rock solid computers in Linux. And these, because of the scripting, there's a lot of disk writing and reading, disk I/O, input output, on using Redis, and a lot of writing to flat files and charting, blah blah blah. So what I've done is I've done as much as I can when it comes to Redis to store a lot of the tables in memory in Redis. So that's what I'm doing here to reduce that I/O. I've burnt, and within a year I've gone through about 3 hard drives, brand new hard drives. That's how much they will burn out your computer hard drive. Now, that's one reason why you want to get onto into the cloud when you get these scripts developed and these bots developed, so that it goes on the manufacturer of whoever the cloud provider is using. So if you burn out their drive, it's their problem, not yours, because it's not done locally. So it's one of the big advantages with cloud. So that's where everything's at, okay, with the tables and everything. So I just want to highlight that to you. Really, really important. Now, again, let me just do a recap. If you want to learn about this, you go over to the quantlabs.shop, look for that Python logo, okay? And you can get it at this price. It's very cheap, okay? If you want to get on my newsletter, get on quantlabs.net/contact, because it's going to take about, realistically, like I've been doing this for about 2 years, so I've got the same framework. Any iteration, any version of a bot you develop, it usually takes about a week on average to debug it and get it stable. Right now, it's just generating so many negative like exceptions and stuff, like the positions aren't working and whatever else. So I just want to let you know about that. That's what expected. Now, once you get past this process of understanding how to do this, I think you can get pretty quickly up and running to develop these things and control everything. So one of the big advantages with doing the bot is, as I told you, if it's come down to Motorwave, again, it's not their fault. For sure it's not. With the Binance API exceptions, there's just too many of them, too many weird ones. I don't know why. That's within Python. Also, another big thing with the Python is I can run it 24 hours. Here I can't do that because I have to manually open up each chart and then apply a strategy. So here I can dynamically trade with Python 24/7, so I don't have to worry about that. So there's more, I don't have as many opportunities that I had with using MotiveWave. MotiveWave's good for viewing and forecasting on crypto with Binance, but as I said, it can kind of work pretty good with Kraken. So that is some of the advantages of Python over a trading platform like MotiveWave. Now the thing is with MotiveWave that you get all the features of the back testing, the P&L, the advanced charting, and the technical stuff you can overlay on the charts, and so many things that you don't get with Python. And that's the disadvantage of it. So I have to develop my own reporting, P&L reporting, even though the orders do get posted on my verified account of cointracking.info. It's not the best way to track P&L as with MotiveWave. So that's where we're at with the bots and why I'm doing it. I'm not gonna get into how to get started. I'm really tired of people that talk and just don't act. I mean, if you want to take advantage of what I've got as a sale, that's awesome. And blah blah blah. So I can't really help people unless they go through that course. And if you're going to use a guru, don't waste your time because you're going to lose money, and it's just not wise. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a good day, and we shall talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.